Hey, kids, and welcome to our podcast.
Where it's just two girls just talking about being bros.
Honestly.
I was gonna say on
yeah,
YouTube.
I know you were gonna say. I was like, is she gonna do it? And welcome back, new week, new us.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's the usual. I'm Roxanne, and that's Vic.
And I'm Vic, and welcome to our podcast, number 90 rated in Uzbekistan. Shout out to everyone who listens to us in Uzbekistan.
You're a real one. And same with
Nicaragua. I think we're on the charts, the comedy charts.
We'll take it.
Yeah. You know,
what can I say?
You got to celebrate the little things in life. We appreciate, but not even just those guys. We appreciate anyone who listens to our podcast.
Everyone and anyone. So even me, when I go back and I listen to us.
Thank you, Roxanne.
I do it for the fans. What can I say? Mm-hmm. But I mean, I guess if we're really diving into it, we might as well do a song of the week.
Let's get because we usually sometimes we forget about it, but not today. We
really do, but also because it's funny. So you know how last time you pulled an Uno reverse card on me?
Yeah.
I'm pulling an Uno reverse card, where I'm just back at the original. AKA, I'm back with the Justin Bieber song from the album Justice. So you know how last time Victory was talking to me, she's like, Roxanne, I'm surprised you don't know the song. Yours was There She Go. And I too, believe it or not, was floored. I didn't understand what was happening. I was like, why have I not heard about this? Like, I was like, that's preposterous. Like, I know the album. So it turns out Justin Bieber released like a deluxe version of his album, like March 26th. So Justice came out March 15th. The second version of the album, the deluxe version, came out March 26th. So that's why I didn't know the song, because they both were only on the deluxe version. I was like, well, guess I have to give it a listen. Lo and behold, there she goes, a bop. But the song I Can't Be Myself featuring Jaden.
I can't be myself when you're not there. The sweetest dreams turn to nightmares.
Listen to it. 13 out of 10 song.
It's good.
Classic. I listened to it nonstop ever since Victory said There She Go. The two songs off of that album, they're my two favorite ones. So those are the only two on repeat the entire night.
I'll give you that. I agree with that one.
Thank you.
What's called? Remember last week when I said I recognized like that song? One of them, I forget. And I was like, it sounds so familiar. It was because there's a cover on TikTok that got really popular, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
Like a month back though. I'm pretty sure. I think that's where it all connected in my brain. I can't confirm or deny that, but I'm pretty sure that's how I connected it all.
For me, it's because the progression of I Can't Be Myself reminds me of Night Changes. Because it's just like,
how fast the night changes.
That's what it was. Because one time I was humming it, and then one of my friends was like, oh, is that Night Changes? And I was like,
maybe that's why I know it. I can't be sure, but it sounds similar.
But yeah, it's a bop. It's truly a bop. I've been listening to it nonstop. So, I mean, I had to pull an Uno reverse card.
Okay.
So
my song of the week, let me get the artist. So I was singing it to Roxanne earlier. It's called Westlake by Destiny Rogers and Kaylin Frifra. F-R-F-R.
Oh.
How do you say it? F-R-F-R?
No
Frifra?
idea. It's got to be some sort of like not inside joke, but like kind of like
it says something, means something. I mean, not mean something, but like pronounce a certain way.
Yeah, so
I don't know how to pronounce it, but that was let me show you what that West like. All right, guys, if you had a full album of all the songs you've ever sung on our channel before,
we sing the playlist that we've been making.
Oh my god,
that would be hilarious.
That'd be so funny.
That'd be kind of. And then you guys have to guess what song we're singing because we're just gonna do such a bad job.
Any musical producers out there, hit us up. We have a fun time.
Hit us up.
Fun project for you.
Let us speed up our musical careers. But speaking of careers, I'm back. I'm no more working, no more building docks. No.
She's back in the city. For those who don't know, she was just at her family business.
If you're new here, you don't know that I do this every summer. If you're a regular listener, you are used to this by now. Where our podcast usually takes a break around this time. We've recorded a few episodes since then, so we were able to kind of hang out. But yeah, so I've been building docks. We're finally done. I'm back in the city. Feels nice to be back.
Yeah.
Just in time for someone's half birthday.
My half birthday, guys, coming up soon. When this comes out, when this comes out,
it'll be the day before.
The day after. Oh, sorry.
This is the day before
and
your half
my half birthday will be the day after, which is way more important than Roxanne's actual birthday.
Yeah.
May we add?
But it's actually kind of crazy how we only discovered that a few years ago. But yeah, surprise! Yeah. My birthday is Victory's half birthday to the day, and same with hers. So we like to joke around that we celebrate each other's half birthdays instead. But what can I say? We're just meant to be.
We are. Like, name me 2 friends that were born exactly 6 months apart.
Yeah, tell me.
Exactly to the day. Imagine if we were at the same time. That'd be hilarious.
That'd be crazy.
What are the odds?
We have to hit him. You'll
5. I don't know.
I could spend money betting against the fact that my dad has no idea when I was born. Time.
Fair.
Do they have it on my birth certificate? Would they?
Maybe.
Do you know birth certificate is just a piece of paper?
Like,
no wonder there's so much identity fraud.
Yeah.
It's a piece of paper. I could do that.
Like, to be fair, though, when we were born, like, technology wasn't, like, a big thing.
No, I know, but, like, laminate it, give it, like, a nice stamp. Maybe a cool, like a
lanyard.
That's what I'm saying. You know, maybe a direct number to someone who can confirm this. Something, you know, people are going to be like, oh, well, actually, if you hold the paper up at a 45-degree angle towards the sun, George Washington himself screams in your face. I don't care, okay? I'm saying just if someone came up to me and they're like, this is my birth certificate, and I'd be like, that kind of looks like mine. Like, I guess it's real. I guess you're a real human being. We got to fix that. Maybe make big, huge. You know how like they want to make the vaccination cards like extremely big? Why don't we make birth certificate bigger? Yeah. Like, you're born. Why is it this little piece of paper that's kind of like, woohoo, you were 9 months in a womb and there was a woman pushed you out for hours probably and destroyed her body doing so. Here's a little piece of paper. I would throw a whole party.
Yes, I think we're expanding from we're drifting away from the birth certificate, but I get the idea.
You know, a birth certificate should be great. It should maybe a whole book. The birth certificate, it gives you like, so first page is the day you were born, the second day the time, third what was going on in the world around then that day, like maybe the doctors give a little note, be like, you know, this was my 17th birth, you know, it was awesome, I'm really proud of myself, you know, just a little tidbit, you know, give and take.
If you lose it, were you ever born? Not according to the GOV.
You don't exist.
You know?
You don't exist.
Yeah, so think about that. But yeah, that's actually true, because I've never seen mine. I'm sure my parents have it somewhere, but like, they should make it more durable. I wonder if today, anyone give birth recently? Let us know what they do. Like, if it's electronic today, or if it's still a little piece of paper.
You probably gotta have both, because it's kind of like same how like now our degrees. Fun fact, fun segue. Victory's graduated, but kind of like our degrees, how they gave us both a physical copy and an electronic. Yeah. It makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. So you lose it, you can print it yourself.
I'm not printing off my diploma. I'm not spending money to print that thing out again. I'm not spending another dime on my education. Is literally enrolled in a master's. But anymore. I still have to pay for next semester's tuition.
After that.
No more. I might buy another merch. Yeah, flashback. But yeah, I also have to do probably graduation for that day, so I'll probably buy a dress or something.
Fair.
Treat myself. Why not? Treat myself. I'll buy myself a car.
Dude, side note on that. Do you want to see what was going on your birthday? I mean, on your day of your birth?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. July 9th. 19.
Yeah, why don't you just give my address and my social insurance number?
They know that, you know.
What?
That you're turning, our general age. I think we said that before. Okay.
Number one song.
Okay. Number one song on your birthday. The number one song in the U.S. Whatever, everything's based on the U.S. On the day of your birthday is The Boy Is Mine by Brandy and Monica.
Yo, we
have to listen to it.
We have to hear this.
I don't know what we'll be able to do it on, but... celebrities born on July 9th that day. You share a birthday with Derek Kidal, YouTuber, and Alex Mipali, Instagram star, and Robert Carpin, movie actor.
Soon that'll be me up there when someone Googles their birthday. It's gonna be podcaster. Roxanne, 2 Girls Being Bros.
What happened on July 9th? Turco-Mongol ruler of Tamerlane destroys Baghdad, killing 20,000. The Russo-Swedish War, Second Battle of Svenskudstad, the Baltic Sea, Swedish Navy captures 1/3 of the Russian fleet.
A lot of deaths, a lot of capturing, lots of war.
The first one was in 1401.
Perfect. That's
1790,
okay. That's before I was born.
1868, Tennessee and South Carolina are first to ratify the 14th Amendment into the U.S. Constitution guaranteeing civil rights. That's fun.
Keep the change.
Sports. Do we care about sports?
Of course.
Chicago Bulls beat Utah Jazz to win the NBA Finals.
Suck it, Utah.
Detroit Red Wings beat Washington Capitals, won the Stanley Cup. Fun. Is this all the same day? This isn't all the same
Holy
day.
smokes. Well, it's just the anniversaries.
Yeah. Denver Broncos beat Green Bay Packers.
No, that's just sports in 98.
Yeah, oh, that's boring.
That's not on my birthday.
Yeah, should we play this song now or should we leave it for later?
You've slept 33% of my life? You don't know that. In fourth year, I probably slept a quarter of what a normal human being sleeps. Could you imagine they've been tracking my sleep the entire time?
They could.
Okay. She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
The guy kind of reminds me of Ozzy Osbourne.
Very 90s. 90s R&B.
There's a song that sounds like this.
I was going to say... Love Don't Cost a Thing.
Yeah, it sounds like
not
that.
Bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. Okay, let's do January 9th, guys.
99.
99.
You typed in July 99. So...
Yep.
July 999. Yep. Like, listen, I get that our numbers are the same, but
it's the same birthday. Where's the same website?
Could you imagine if we were good at singing? What a different
Game
life.
over.
What a different life we'd both be living.
Literally. Facts. I don't want facts. I want my cool stuff.
What can I say? They have good taste. They have my birthday, but not yours.
Which celebrities share my birthday? Seville Dunn, Bob Denver, Jimmy Boyd, Steve Harwell, Ranson Stola, Ragnar Lawrence, Mags. Okay, Nina Dobrev.
Cool.
Someone we recognize.
Cool. And a Canadian.
Yeah.
And she's a Eastern European.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I think she's Bulgarian. Yep.
Oh, nice.
We had a Bulgarian kid in our elementary school. Half Ukrainian, half Bulgarian. Cool. I think about that more than I should.
Yeah. Cool things that happened on my birthday. 475, year 475. Guys, anyone remember that? From 475, let us know.
If you were here January 9th, 475.
Byzantine Emperor is forced to flee his capital at Constantinople, and General Basilicus gains control of the empire.
Istanbul was Constantinople.
Judges investigations for the trial of Joan of Arc. Begin in France. Cool.
Holy smokes.
Umberto becomes king of Italy. 1878.
Why don't we celebrate that more often? If he was bad, I'm so sorry. Could you imagine? I'm like here, like, oh, when we celebrate, he's probably killed millions of
Betty
people.
Short, the Black Dahlia, is last seen alive. She's still up there? Who's that? I don't know. First Chechen War.
Chechnya. I think that's around Russia.
Sounds right.
So can we change our birthdays?
Yeah, they just... What ended with my birthday song?
Yeah, what's your birthday song?
Let's find top song, guys.
Top song.
Sorry, this is a little segment. Hope it's interesting to you guys. There's nothing good that happened on our birthdays.
Do you know what I was thinking? I was like, let's make this a segment. It's just every week I was looking up our birthdays on different sites.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we won't do that.
I'm Your Angel by R. Kelly and Celine Dion.
Is it a good song, though?
No, let's find out. So boring.
That's Celine Dion. This was a top song? Ever? Like,
No, on January 9th. Oh, you mean like...
I'm saying ever.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, it's kind of boring.
Not a great guy, R. Kelly, but listen.
Yep.
We can't do anything about that nowadays.
No. But that was what happened on a birthday segment. Go look up your birthday. Let us know what a cool thing happened on your... What's your birthday? Number one song on the day of your birthday.
Let us know in the comments down below.
I'm just munching on some gummies.
And remember, just subscribe, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. We're trying to... We've made a bunch of progress, but we need more subs. Why? Okay. It's because it's summertime.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. 2GirlsBeingBros, 2GirlsBeingBros_ for Instagram. It'll be on screen. That was very confusing, but promo shades. We wear shades for promo.
Never again.
We can also wear shades for sponsorships whenever we get one. So if anyone listening,
if anyone wants to send us free stuff to promote,
let us know.
And we'll put on our
Tim Hortons, if you're out there.
Tim.
Every day we support you.
Sir Horton, hit us up.
Speaking of Tim Hortons, so I know I've talked about this on the channel before. I don't remember if it was in a Vlognuary video or if it was actually on the podcast. one of my go-to drinks at Tim Hortons is a green tea with 2 sugars.
It's a crime.
Which is I know, I can, at least I'm self-aware and I can admit that's an abundant amount of sugar for a small drink, let alone a medium, because I get the same thing medium. Whenever I fill a medium, I say 2 sugars as well. And even in a medium, it is so sugary. It is.
I think you have the wrong idea. It's weird that you're getting sugar and no milk. You can get 2 sugars, but if you're getting no milk or no cream, it's a weird texture weird? And a weird taste.
Really?
I'm pretty sure that's the weird part. Like, usually people, if they take sugar, I don't think I've ever heard of someone taking just sugar with their tea.
But it's a herbal tea. People don't put milk in herbal teas. Do they? I thought it's like just black teas you put milk in. You don't put milk in a herbal, right?
Maybe.
Isn't that the
maybe,
rules?
but maybe that's the point. You're supposed to leave it just as is.
But I want more sugar. But the reason why I say this is weird is because I know in the past I've gotten like weird looks from employees, or they'll double ask me to make sure that's what I want, and I'm always shocked by it, because I'm like, for me, when I ordered, I never thought it was weird. You know, I want my drink with more sugar. I'm a little bit of a sugar addict. I know it's a problem, but let me live.
Literally eating gummies too.
But like literally, because but then I haven't gotten like any judgment for a while. But then today we go to the store. I'm like, can I get a small green tea, 2 sugars? And she like double asked me. She's like, 2 sugars?
Like, you sure? Like,
yeah,
and
like,
that's it?
Like, and like she was like, she literally like paused and like made like eye contact and was like, that's it? And then I was like, yeah, and she kind of like laughed, and then Roxanne was like,
sorry, I just realized every time I touched it there was
so
okay. I apologize for the audio being a mess.
That's okay. That's all good.
Nothing new.
Yeah. But yeah, she double asked me, and then Roxanne literally had to go make things worse and then be like, weird order, huh? And then like she was like laugh too, and I was like, oh, guys.
Well, listen, I'm not gonna stand there and be like, okay, this poor girl just made fun of this other poor girl. Like, it's like, as an employee, it's like, oh, did I just make fun of this person, or was this really just a weird order? So I was like, yeah, I know it's a weird order. Don't worry, like, you're fine, you're okay. Victory is weird for ordering that. And then she was like, she was like, and I was like, what can I say? It happens. Yeah. I mean, people have ordered weirder.
Yeah, I'm like, this is like asking for 2 sugars in a tea. It's not like I'm asking for 2 sugars on like my cream cheese bagel, It's not out there. I know it's not good for me, but like I don't think it requires judgment. On the way there. But one of our videos in the planning is switching to more orders, so Roxanne's gonna have to experience all these weird things.
No, please don't tell me. No, that's a treat for yourself. You don't drink that.
Roxanne, we have to do breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack.
Well, it's okay. You're drinking.
I'm drinking like 20 coffees.
This is the say best
you have to stay tuned for that video, because that's gonna be a time like we're so similar in food taste, but like so different at the same time. Yeah, that makes sense.
For sure. You're having a nice jelly donut.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be scarred. But I mean, you're eating old-fashioned plain, so this whole video is orchestrated just for you to eat an old-fashioned plain donut.
No. Oh, no, those are real donuts, and I'll stand by it. It's a bagel. It's 2 steps away from, it's like your green tea. It's two things of sugar away from a bagel. That's okay.
I'm so excited,
I'll
but like
persevere
also
for that.
Terrified for that video, because my body and coffee is gonna be a time.
Hopefully you do a lot of work that day, so you're exhausted at the end of the night, so that you can work off all the caffeine. I think it's because I just have so much energy in me that like I burned it all. Mm-hmm. So, but
I also just think I have a zero like more worse than usual average person to like no caffeine tolerance past like a certain time.
On the complete opposite, my body metabolizes caffeine like no tomorrow.
Like, this is a small green tea, and you already know I'm gonna struggle sleeping because it's 8 o'clock.
I didn't even know they had caffeine in that.
Yeah,
I didn't know there's caffeine in green tea. There's something else that I didn't know was caffeinated for the longest time, and then I was like, oh, oops, probably shouldn't be drinking that. What?
Pop?
I thought you said a hot shot. I was like, what's that? Maybe pop, but I haven't drank a lot of pop in a long time. That's tea, I think, maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'd believe it.
I think tea in general, I don't think I believe that tea had caffeine for the longest time, so I would have a tea.
Because like herbals don't, some herbals don't.
I think technically, don't like all of them technically have some caffeine. It's just
I think so, but it's like so minor that it's like not. I don't know. I'm not a tea connoisseur. but
can we become tea connoisseurs in the next year?
I think so.
We're just gonna become a tea channel. We're gonna learn everything there is to learn about tea. But speaking of being embarrassed by workers, so we have a bit of a longer story. So this is from the two of us. So a couple weeks back, my family were picking something up from Bolts Plus. So just already listened to the name of the store. But anyway, so like something happened that my brother wasn't able to pick up. So he's like, oh, can you, like, is there a way you could pick it up? And I was like, I can hit up Victory. So I call up Victory. I was like, hey, it's like 4:25 at this point, if not even later. I'm like, hey, I need to pick up some bolts from Bolts Plus. Can you drive me? She was like, okay. Like I was like, they close at 5, and she's like, oh.
So like right now.
And I was like, okay. And it said on Google Maps a 15-minute drive. But yeah, so I was like, okay, it's a bit of a rush. And she's like, you know what? We'll try it.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm always down for an adventure. Why not? I think because based on what you sent me, I was like, if there's no traffic and like if we don't hit every red light, we can definitely make it there. But it's if we're gonna luck out with no traffic and no red lights.
Yeah, like what are the odds? So we get in the car, we're going, we hit the first red light, and we're like, this is fine.
Yeah.
Manifest that we will make it there on time. We hit the second red light, and I was like, okay. Third red light, and I was like, okay, I'm sweating. It was like 4:40 at that point.
Kept hitting them, yeah, because I picked you up at 4:30. I remember looking at the clock, it was like 4:35, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, it's a tight squeeze.
Yeah.
And then I called them because I wanted to make sure, because it was a Friday. Yeah, it was
evening,
Friday, right?
So
I was like,
early.
Yeah, I was like, what if they call it quits? Like who's buying bolts on a Friday at 5 p.m. or whatever. So I called them and I was like, oh, hey, I'm coming by to pick it up. Like, are you guys still open? And they're like, yeah, you've got 8 minutes. So it's like so I called at like 4:52 and I was like, oh, okay, sweet. So we have to get there within 8 minutes. This man did not sound like he was taking another minute later. Like if I was at the door at 5, he was already in his car on his way home to hang out for the weekend. Yeah. So I was like, so I hang up them. I was like, okay, Victor, we have 8 minutes. And she's like, okay,
let's go.
And then literally the part though where so we made it past all the lights and stuff. We're good. And then we get to a part where like the instructions are so confusing. So like it takes us to like, we had to like go a little bit beyond the store to make a left turn into it and then enter from like kind of from behind. And I was like, okay, so that's probably where the entrance is.
Yeah, because it was on like a corner lot, right? So there was technically 2 entrances to this place.
Yeah.
So then like we had like 5 minutes on the clock and I'm like, I don't know how much entrance it is. We're gonna have to walk all the way around.
Google told us to
Google told us that one, right?
To drive past the first entrance and to come back around. Yeah, that's true. That's why when we saw it, I was like, oh, that's it right there on the corner. But it was giving us directions as though it was further. Yeah.
So then obviously we had 5 minutes. So the parking lot was empty because no one goes to Bolts on a Friday night 5 minutes before we're closed. So I just like parked. And I want to, this is a disclaimer, I just parked. I didn't go in the lines because I was like, the parking lot's empty. We have 5 minutes. If this isn't the right door, we have to walk all the way around. Like, who knows if we have to.
I was like, maybe this man didn't believe me. Maybe he was like, shoot, someone's coming. So he closed up early.
Exactly. So I didn't care. I just drove. And I just drove. I parked in. It wasn't in the lines. It didn't matter because the parking lot was empty. But anyways.
So then we enter through the first doors and it's locked. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I like pulled it. And like we saw people are inside. So I was like, what the heck? So I was about to call them and be like, hey, like, can you open the doors? And then we were like, oh, there's probably another set. And then so we turned around. We made it in. Yeah. We made it into Bolts Plus before 5 p.m. Woohoo.
Yeah. Oh, just give a little background of like the ambiance. Like POV, right. POV. Yeah. Right now, close your eyes, everybody. So you're Vic and Roxanne. You open the door. You're 2 young ladies. And you enter and there's just like the high-vis jackets, the camo jackets everywhere, tools, like
wrenches,
hardware.
Like no tomorrow.
Yeah, literally like all construction, all tools. Like the last place me and Roxanne would be ever.
Yeah. And then at the cash, there's 2 huge, tall, built, like you couldn't knock them over. No. If you hit him with a car. No. You hit him with a car, your car is being totaled. They're going off scot-free. Yeah. Like they were just powerful people. And I was like, okay, cool. So I pull up and then he's like, oh, because my brother ordered ahead of time. So he had everything prepped. And he's like, oh, it's for you guys. And we're like, yep. And then he goes and like he's putting the box down like at the counter. We're standing there waiting. Someone else was helping another guy at the cash.
Because you also didn't know if you had to pay or not, or if it was prepaid.
Yeah, so I was like, it beats me. I brought as much money as I could get my hands on. I brought my credit, my debit, because I was like, what if they don't accept one or the other? Because I was like, I don't know if Bolt Plus is with the times or not. I was like, I don't know what vibes we're going with, you know, because it's like, usually convenience stores, they prefer cash, so you bring cash, you know, like sometimes you only take credit, sometimes you only take debit. Who knows nowadays? Literally nowadays it's a free-for-all. So I brought it all. I was ready to do whatever I had to do. So he places it down, and then another guy's helping some other customer. And in the meantime, he like walks over to the box that we got, and he like looks through the washers, and he's like, oh yeah, that's the good stuff.
Yo, that honestly, that made my day. Just seeing how passionate this man was over bolts. Like,
they were washers.
Washers. Like, he just has a smile. He was like, yeah.
He like pulled them out like they were like freaking like cash, like gold coins or something, because they're like the thin things. And he was like, yeah, that's the good
Everyone
stuff
needs
right
to be
there.
as passionate about like their passion as that guy is with like washers and bolts. Like, oh wow, that made my day.
He was made for that job. So, but immediately we have that guy, and he was like the good stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, this is a wild ride already. And then
like, we shouldn't be here.
So then the guy processes our order, like he gives us the invoice, and like he was like, okay, you're good to go. So like I didn't have to pay. I was like, sweet, listen, I'll take it. And then he like joked, he was like, oh, you guys have any shopping to do before kind of like we're done with the transaction? And I was like, no, we're okay.
Like he was like, yeah, you guys tell me. Like, that day I was like, thank God I didn't like come in like a crop top and shorts. Like I was wearing like a hoodie and like leggings and everything. A nice
dark hoodie too, you know, not much color. I was wearing like a white shirt and like biker shorts or something, so kind of like,
it's like
we weren't that bad.
Like we stuck out, but we didn't like stick out.
Yeah, you know? We could have been so much worse.
Oh yeah,
easily, hands down. Anyway, so then he's like, okay, I'll carry it over to the car. Immediately should have been no, because well, like we said, Victory had parked unbeknownst that anyone would have seen this, because the parking lot was empty. But so he's carrying it, and then he's walking. He's like, "Oh, I take it you're the one building the docks, like to me." And I was like, "What? You don't think Victory's rippling muscles?"
I'm like, excuse me.
Like, she's shredded, bro. You don't even literally just look at her. She's shredded. She could smoke you.
He literally, he's like, "You're the building docks." Then he was like to me, you're just like the bodyguard," and I was like. I didn't know I was coming to Bolts to get roasted today. I thought we were coming here to pick a Bolt.
I thought it was Bolts Plus, not Roast Plus.
Literally, I was like, okay, I know you're picking fun of me that I couldn't lift that box. You're right, but like, you don't have to rub it in my face. And then I was like, I thought that was the end of my roasting, you know, and he's literally also side he's carrying this heavy box of bolts on his like shoulder with like his finger on it, like that's all, like literally like it's a bird, like, oh my god.
He was carrying no problem. To be fair though, I did lift it. I could have carried it to the car, but just side note, he was like, oh yeah, you're I take it you're the ladies who opened the wrong door, like first or at the front door, and I was like,
yo, us that too. I was like, geez.
I was like, cool, because then we parked around the corner, so then he knew. He was like, oh, you were the people there, because we were like, oh, it's parked around the corner, and he was like, okay.
You know, maybe he thought too, because you know, remember how we were like standing there awkwardly because we didn't know if we have to pay or not for like a while. They might have thought that like they were waiting for like we were waiting for them to offer to carry it for us because we couldn't lift it. I was thinking about that. I'm like,
oh no,
like because we waited there for so long.
No, he was printing the invoice.
But even after that,
I knew the invoice.
After that you got it, and then we were like, we still didn't know if you had to pay or not, because he didn't mention anything. So I'm just like, oh, what if he thought like we were waiting because like we're two like, you know, entitled. He thinks we're two entitled girls, and we're like waiting for them to offer to pick it up because we couldn't pick it up. But that could have been.
I could see it. Yeah.
Or that he just totally suspected that we couldn't carry it.
Yeah.
But, hey,
or he was just being nice and wanted them out of the store. It's like, could you imagine we're like carrying it together, waddling at the store. He's like, oh my gosh, I gotta get this over with. So he like put it in the car. But anyway, so we're walking towards the car, and after he drops a security guard comment to Victory, he hits back with a, oh yeah, the lines are just a suggestion anyways.
Oh my god, when we turned like the corner of the building and like it hit me, and I was like, oh my god, I'm like, please don't notice my car, please don't. I just knew that he was gonna notice it, and I was like, please don't notice it, please don't. And then he drops the lines are just a suggestion thing, and I'm like,
it's like
I'm fine.
No, but it's the thing is, when I saw it like coming forward towards the car, it didn't look that bad. It looked like you were just like a little bit on an angle. It's the second you look from behind, like the trunk, towards the lines, Your car was in like 8 different parking spots. It was in 8 different postal codes. It was literally as though like a teenager stole their parents' car and just had to just ditch the car after their parents called them and were like, where were you? You know?
Literally. Because like, I know I'm a bad parker, but like, I'm not that bad. Like that's because I literally didn't try at all. Like I literally just drove in from wherever my car was and called it a day so you could run into Bolts.
Listen, she's a determined friend. She needed to get me into Bolts Plus by 5 p.m. and she did that. Yeah. She wasn't sitting there like, hold up, Roxanne.
Yeah, let me take, because I knew if I had to try, it would take me at least a good 2 minutes. And we didn't have that time.
We didn't have that listen, people, we didn't have that kind of time.
But instead, you know, got a roast session on me.
Exactly.
You know,
it was just, he was literally just swinging at you.
And you already know, I was 37% after. I was like, you already know that he's going back in there and telling all his buddies, like, these 2 stupid girls, like she parked completely in 7 different spots. Like, oh, you already know they're having the field day afterwards, which, like, I don't care. Like, if we made their day, let them.
So,
but hey, they gave us a good story.
Exactly.
And they ruined my self-esteem.
My favorite part too, though, later I told my dad, I was like, oh yeah, Victory drove me to pick it up, and he's like, wow, you know, she's working hard for the dogs. And I was like, she really is.
Yeah, I'm like,
and he's like, wow, thank her.
Try building the dogs without those washers. Yeah.
She, literally, I wouldn't be here today. You got me into this city. when you did. And then also for your graduation party. But yeah. That was a fun time. Because Vic, officially, we are 2 university graduates sitting here in front of you. They take your degree back?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I'm officially graduated. Had my virtual graduation ceremony. You know, they called my name on screen. I didn't submit a picture, so that's fun.
I would have submitted a picture
for you. Graduated
with
distinction, little flex, because I worked real hard for that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I had that. Like, literally, my parents were like, why'd you tell us? And I was like, I didn't even, like, know. I didn't think about it.
How do you not know that, though? The second I heard about the possibility of distinction and high distinction, I was like, I'm getting high distinction.
I knew it was a thing. And, like, I knew my rough estimate of my GPA. Actually, I knew my GPA. Oh, I didn't know my cumulative one, probably, but I knew a rough estimate of what it was. But, like, I didn't put 2 and 2 together that, like, oh, past this, like, it's distinction, and, like, I made it.
Wait, so your school didn't automatically update everything for you yearly?
I think it does. I just never looked at it.
Okay. So I was going to say, because my school, like, every year, they would do, like, sessional GPA, so, like, that semester. And then they would do, like, your annual GPA, and then your CGPA, and, like, just keep...
They do, but like I only remember looking at like what I got that semester and then putting it in my calculator. And kind of seeing the rough estimate.
I understand. That's cool.
Hey, yeah, I did it. Woo! Smart,
what can I say?
Smart girl right here.
2 university graduates. I think this is a part where we replay all their stupidest moments, but it happens.
Like a throw. Yeah.
Listen, I can derive a formula. Does that mean that I know what the capital of Oklahoma is? Absolutely not. Is Oklahoma City? I think I just happened to pick one that I feel like Oklahoma. Let me look it up.
Is it a state?
Money.
No, it's not a state. Where's Oklahoma?
Yeah, take me. That's when I said
Oklahoma. No.
Isn't Tennessee Texas?
No, Tennessee's a state.
Is Tennessee a state?
Yeah.
No. Yes. Is Tennessee a state? No.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
It's the 16th state of the union. Hold up, what did I say?
Oklahoma.
It's
Oklahoma City, but where's Oklahoma?
Capital of
Ohio?
Oklahoma. No. Ohio's a swing state. Ohio's a state.
Oh yeah.
Oklahoma City. I called it.
That's not a state. What state is it in?
I just said the capital of Oklahoma is Oklahoma City.
Oh, so Oklahoma.
Ohio's a swing state. I've told you this from Glee. Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
You're slacking. What can I say?
Oh, I mean, I knew Tennessee. You're the only 10 I see. Haha, okay.
Oh, so all of a sudden I became so busy.
Totally fair.
Oh, actually, I got told by someone that I should start a podcast.
No way.
Yeah.
Did you say I already have one?
No, I didn't. I didn't want them. I didn't want. If they heard the stuff that was coming out of my mouth, they'd be like, you shouldn't have a podcast. It's because, here's the thing. I have many different sides to myself. Mm-hmm. And not in a way that, like...
you're fake,
it's not one fake. It's just, like, in certain scenarios, there are certain rules that are applied.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
so it's like, when you don't know someone, you talk at a different level than when you know someone. And then also, when you know this person, but what social setting...
Then when you're on our level.
Exactly. Me and you... the things we say with the camera off.
Scary.
We should do that. We release a Patreon with Roxanne and Vic unfiltered.
Yeah.
They're not ready for it.
No.
But anyways, but yeah, so I was just telling him my casual ice cream stories and stuff, and then he was like, "Oh, you should start a podcast with all these stories," and I was like, "You beat me to it, buddy."
See, I've never gotten that told to me because I don't talk to anyone. Like, I know I've said it before in the podcast a million times, but like, the thing with the mask thing, I'm very much so like that. I feel like if you stumble upon her podcast, you might think, oh, she's very extroverted. Not very extroverted, but you might think she's an extroverted person. Completely the opposite, like night and day. Like literally
so many people have told me that they've never heard you speak so much. I think literally three people said that, like, those exact words to me, and I was like, for me, I realized I've never seen quiet you, because even in like social settings, you're still talking to me. Yeah. So I don't really see how little you. The only time was one time you got put on the spot so bad. It was at dancing when they found out that you were they could figure skate.
Oh my god.
I felt so bad because I forgot that you don't like being put on the spot. You were so red. I felt so bad, but I was like, well, I'm here to help you out. And then I just took the conversation to myself to take it off of you.
Thank God. It works. It works. But yeah, like literally, I've never got the compliment because I literally am so introverted. Like, if you know me, then like if you really know, like when I'm with Roxanne, I'm able to be myself, and I can be that way. But it takes me a really long time to like fully get there with people. Yeah. Like that's just the way I am.
Even with me, when we were in grade 5, she refused to call me her best friend for years.
It takes me a long while, guys. But if you stick around for the ride, I promise I'm a little bit fun and not a boring, plain saltine cracker. Like many people think I am, which I don't have a problem with that. Like, think all you want, but then everyone's just like really shocked whenever they figure this out. Like literally, I know like my family members are always like shocked when they're initially shocked. Their dance teacher, like. But yeah, I do talk, contrary to most popular beliefs.
Shucks me, you're off.
Sometimes, sometimes I just don't feel like talking, and you don't need to. And other times I'm just really shy.
There's something about being able to sit in silence with someone that is a whole new level of comfort. Like, I think me and you, like, we usually have things to say to one another because either we saw each other at school or at dancing. So it's kind of like we always, like, literally we would have like third period together. So by then there's already 2 whole periods that we went through to catch up. Literally, it's like, what are we planning next? Yeah. And then for dancing, like now, like in university, it's kind of like, well, we go longer without seeing each other sometimes. Literally in second year, when your mom was like, is she still in school? I was over here so often. She was like, is she not in school?
Yeah. Why is she here every day?
What can I say? But yeah, that year I was, even though that was drowning in school that year, I was here all the time. Not why. That was only saving me. But anyways, what I want to say is, I remember when we went to Wonderland and we were both exhausted because like we were 1,000 years old that day, and literally felt so sick that like I just kind of like fell asleep on the bus, and like you were just listening to your music, and I was like, that's next level like peace that we can just be like, we talked the entire day, and we still could have talked. We were talking about, we could have talked. We talked to dancing later. We like that same day we went to dancing and we still chatted up, but it was just like we were peaceful, I went to bed, you listened to your music, we had the synergy.
Yeah, it's like I know there's some people who like really struggle with like silences. Yeah. But I'm like, it's not that bad. Like, it's only awkward if you make a situation awkward, what I mean? Like, you can.
I was like, you can make a situation more awkward through speaking. Yeah. Any day than just sitting in silence. And people are like, oh, I hate small talk, and it's like, that's good. So let's just sit. We don't have to talk, like it's perfectly fair. Like, especially when you're doing stuff together. Yeah. I don't feel like talking is always necessary, but I mean, I've always kind of been someone where like I only talk when I have something to say. What I started to realize dealing with stupid customers is that like they'll just like say something and I'm like, I don't understand what your purpose was saying that. It's like sometimes you tell a story because you want to make someone laugh. You want to tell a story because it's something interesting or something like weird that happened to you that you're just kind of like, whoa, this really like threw me for a loop.
Conversation or something.
Or to start a conversation. It's like you say a prompt to spark a conversation, something like that. Like, you usually should have a purpose to speaking, and I do. I will never just say something to say something, But I realized a lot of people like say stuff just to fill
the awkward silence, but it's fine if you don't, you know?
Yeah, so I don't know. I was just thinking about that because so many literally that one person who told me I should start a podcast or whatever, like it took a while to warm up because they were just like asking me like questions that I was just like, I answered and then like I didn't really like, it's not a question that you ask someone back. So I was like, but do you know what I thought about actually recently? How in grade 6 I was going to transfer schools. Do you remember that? And you didn't believe me.
Yeah, you just triggered me. I wonder if that was like a flight or flight response to be like, if I don't believe what she's saying, she won't go. I think that's what it was.
I think you manifested
I think I was manifesting
because literally I was so set on going. I cannot tell you why. I think I was just I had because my neighbor, she went to a school like, because there was like our elementary school and then another elementary school down the road. And my neighbor, she was like my childhood best friend. She went to the other school. So I think around grade 6, I was just like, oh, like maybe it'll be nice to change the scenery, like whatever, like blah, 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 no biggie. And we were fine. And my dad was like, yeah, sure, you can go there. Like my sister went there. So I think I was maybe like, oh, I want to be with her. So in grade 6, we officially started the process of like transferring me. And then one day I went swimming at the pool and I came home around 5. And I look at the phone and it was like, we had a landline and it was a corded phone. So it was sitting on the computer chair, like face down. And I was like, that's weird. Like no one what's going on? And then I look at the caller ID and it was the school that I was transferring to. And it was like 50 minutes. Like the call was 50 minutes. And I was like, what the heck? So what happened was apparently my grandfather picked up the phone because he lived with us back then. So he picked up the phone and I think he thought I was home. So I think he was like, okay, I'll get her, it was either me or my dad that they wanted, obviously. So I think he got up to go call one of us, couldn't find us, and then just kind of like forgot. Or he told my dad to go to the phone, and my dad forgot. So then it ended up being on 50 minutes. So I think they just, like, they like hung up the call and they were like, okay, this is stupid. We're going to go take someone else. Because I think they did have a waiting list. But they said since I was in the area and because my neighbor, her mom was like big in the school community. So then they were kind of like on the in and 2 of my siblings went there too. And I remember coming back in grade 7 and I was like, I was going to transfer schools. Victor's like, yeah, sure. I was manifest.
See, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, because I was like, if I went to elementary school, I probably would have went to a different high school because they were feeder school to the other school, not the one we went to. And then I would have went to my university. Wow, you would have went to yours.
Thank God that didn't happen.
Is that weird to think?
Yeah, like, literally, we probably wouldn't be sitting here today.
Look at us now.
Everything happens for a reason, guys. It's crazy.
I know,
One little thing can change everything.
I know, and I literally just thought about like, what are the odds? Because like my grandfather, like he was only like mid-80s at the time, and he was like very. Is it lucid or no? Is that the one where you're? What's the one where you're very present? Like you're not. Because, like, you know, sometimes old age gets people, like, mentally. Like, it's fine.
Oh,
just,
I know
like,
what you mean about
my grandfather was very aware
Yeah.
of, like, everything. Like, he was very, up until, like, his last days. Like, he only passed away because of a hospital complication. Mm-hmm. So I was, like, he was always there. It was so unlike my family to have a call sitting there randomly. So I'm just saying.
The reason.
I'm just saying, yeah, and like we just didn't transfer me, and then we didn't try again the next year because we were like, okay, well, like at that point, it's
can't leave this poor girl alone.
Yeah. Well, I was like, what's going on over there?
But no, when you telling that, like that me like saying no, you weren't. It was definitely like a fight or flight to like not accept it. Like if you don't accept it, it doesn't happen, kind of thing.
It's like a trauma response. Like you're like, oh please
gosh,
don't.
No, you love toying with me because you did the same. Her and Nadia were both thinking of going to university outside of the city. And I refused to think. I remember like, the same thing. I refused to like. No, you're like. I don't know if I said it to you. I can't remember. But I was like, they're not gonna go. But yeah, you guys both said like we're like legitimately considering it too. But for me, it was never legit. I was like, no, they're not. Like I was like, no, and they could have easily, but like in my head, I was like, no, they're not going. And I refused to ever accept it. Like even when you brought it up, I was like, probably yeah, okay. I'm like, I know they're not. Like,
because you told me you were like, oh, don't worry, because I was like, I don't want to go because I was like, we are really close.
Yeah, but
and it's just gonna be two different cities.
Like if you really want to go, like it's obviously really selfish of me to be like, don't go, because
I would never do that to you too. Like I'd just be like, okay, I'll come visit. Yeah, we'll talk all the time. And like to be fair, at the time we did do long distance before, like in the summers. So it's not. It's not
doable. Like,
it wouldn't have been something like completely different.
Like,
yeah. It would have, and also I was like, oh, I'm gonna quit dancing and like my family. So I was like,
the thing is, it was like both of you two, and I'm like,
yeah,
I was like,
all at once too,
guys.
It's like, hello, people, hang in there.
Hello?
Literally Nadia up to the like. I think once I got my acceptance.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember Nadia was like down to the wire.
Yeah.
She was like,
she literally had her dance concert the day she had to decide. Me and her went to like the school to our school that we went to, their like information session. Yeah. And I literally think later that night was the due date to submit like who you're accepting, like which acceptance you're taking. And like it was that school, and then it wasn't, can I say the school?
Yeah.
It wasn't Queens. It was between U of T and McMaster.
Oh, right.
That's where it came down to. But Queens was a good runner-up.
Yeah.
So it was between that and then, because she also didn't want to leave like far. Mm-hmm. So then and we stayed.
Guys, when both of them said that, I was like, thank God. Thank God. Like, I don't know if I don't remember how I was. I remember I definitely was like, don't go. But like, I was like, go. I'm not going to stop.
Did you cry? When I got in?
No, because I knew that. Oh, I meant, did you cry when you said you were going to go away? No, because I knew it's not happening.
But when I got accepted, were you like...
I was like, oh, thank God. Sigh of relief. I'm not going to be lonely. Literally can't imagine.
What can
life
I say?
Without you guys in the city.
I just leave to Paris. Mm-hmm. Yeah, side note, I just want to address this because it was the weirdest, like... I think this might have been the most out-of-body experience I've had for a very long time. Mm-hmm. Was just the thought that, like, legally as adults who have our own money, who have all our documentation, could legitimately just purchase a ticket to another country and just fly there. Heck, we could just move to a different country. Like, realistically, there's nothing stopping that, well, except for certain countries who are not accepting people. Mm-hmm. But still, we could just fly to another country and stay there for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's
I'm not saying during COVID, like if you're vaccinated, whatever.
Like in general,
just the concept that like you can literally just fly to another. You could literally get in your car and just drive to Nova Scotia.
We could be in Europe tomorrow. Like,
depends what part.
Depends the part. Like the Western Europe.
We could touch Europe.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, we could literally just go on a road trip. To like obviously the restrictions and stuff, but we could just go to Canada.
Yeah, isn't that just a wild concept?
One day when we have more of a budget in the bank account,
when we're not like negative,
nothing's stopping us. Go to a bank account.
just look at my bank statement. Literally in a master's program has to pay tuition in a month.
There's something stopping us.
There's a few things.
Hypothetically, nothing's stopping us. That is crazy. Right now. Top 3 places do you want to go in the world?
Ukraine, Greece, probably, and then between Italy or France. I'm good with either one.
Okay.
That's mine.
I don't know in what order. Mm-hmm. Singapore. Obsessed with Singapore. Japan. Ooh.
You don't say Ukraine.
Oh.
You don't say Ukraine.
No, I was.
It's beautiful there. My dad would. Yeah. My dad went to Ukraine, and he said, like, genuinely, like.
Oh, I can. Oh, yeah.
Their tourists area are beautiful.
Yeah.
The part that's having a war right now, not too hot.
Yeah.
But to see it.
Mm-hmm. No, obviously I know it's beautiful.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like
Greece, top 3.
Like I'm saying, like Greece went bankrupt. Yeah. It's like, I love how that just happened. Like they just went bankrupt.
Yeah, it's crazy over there.
Like hello, like
England?
Is that a
ooh? Number 3, Scotland. Roxanne.
Austria. Forget Italy. Forget France. Forget Greece.
Singapore,
Ukraine's still there for me because I have to see it.
Yeah.
Austria.
Guys.
For the Sound of Music.
I saw a TikTok. Apparently they have, which makes complete sense. They have a Sound of Music tour. And if you know us, you know we are both, for some reason, somehow, even before we met.
Yeah.
We were both obsessed with the movie The Sound of Music, which takes place in Austria. And yeah, we need to go there. We need to go there and do the tour and visit 100%. All the places in the movie. We're going to record that. That'll be a video one day. Ride the bikes down that lane. Oh my God, I cried just thinking about it. I might.
Is it warm in Austria? What's the temperatures like?
I think, I'm pretty sure there's a winter there because there's mountains, right? So there.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Summer,
next
winter.
next year.
Next year.
You were doing.
We have to go to Austria, guys.
as a grad trip for both of us.
That's
like
iconic.
it'll be another grad trip for me, and then your grad trip.
The thing that's with Europe, you know what's crazy about Europe?
And Mel will be in
yeah,
Poland.
that's what I'm saying. You know what's crazy about Europe? Because it's so different from Canada. Because Canada is like, to go to another place, if you want to go to BC, it's 2 days. Like 2 days of like driving. Like that's insane because it's so big. But like Europe, it's literally 2 hours between like places. Although I am terrified of flying, which is, we'll deal with that when we get there. But anyways, but like Europe, you can literally visit Mel, then just hop over, plane ride, Austria Sound and Music Tour. Guys, stay tuned for some travel vlogs. Oh my god. We have never like properly traveled together. That's so much fun.
I don't have a lot of dreams in life, but genuinely that is officially like per se on the bucket list. Like what I mean is like things to do. I feel like a lot of people have like, I want to go to this, but like even though I want to go to Ukraine, it's not like I want to go to Ukraine and eat
and do this here, that there, that there.
It's just like kind of like a general thing. But I mean, the Sound of Music tour genuinely is number one.
You would be so hype on that. It'd probably be like us and a bunch of old people.
I know all the lyrics.
Like literally everyone there, it'd be like 60 plus, except me and you would be like singing everything. We'd do the Layden, what's it called? Layden dance. Oh my god, we have to do it. Guys, that's gonna be the most epic, like it's the niche market as a vlog ever. Like, but me and you are gonna have the best time of our life there.
Heck yeah.
Oh my god. We're gonna go in the mountains and we're gonna go in the mountains in the grass and sing.
Yo, do you think do we know anyone that can sew? Can we make them make us those dresses?
Oh my god, I was gonna say,
similar
the
fabric?
The cute green outfits from the
That's
curtains.
Okay, like if we get a fabric that looks like it, guys, we have to do it.
Guys, that's literally on my bucket list. That's like, we have to do that.
No, like for real. Oh
my god, wow, I'm getting tingles. That's happening in the near future, guys.
It has to.
I'm gonna get over my fear of flying.
That we don't have a lot of, I think our Venn diagram of movies only overlaps with the Sound of Music. That's the whole,
I think there's like
the only one.
Yeah, like there's no other movie I think that we both
watched
like.
And we both said that's a good movie.
Like it's either I love it or you love it. No in between.
And then the only other feeling is hate for the movie. Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that would be so, guys. We
have to watch The Sound of Music soon.
Yeah.
Just for old time. That's such a beautiful movie. Oh my gosh.
If you haven't watched it, what are you doing? Go watch it. Sorry. It's so random. Like, why would we be so obsessed with like a war like musical? It's like chicks play during the war.
War musical.
But then I'm like, I love period pieces, and then I feel like you love musicals more. It's like a perfect blend.
I just think it's such a.
But I love the musical part too.
Such a well done movie.
It's not overdone musical. Like it's perfect. Like the music's actually good. They have talent.
The plot.
Genuinely,
it has everything. It has like romance. It has like a
but
feel
not too
good,
much.
It has a good feel good storyline. It's got some betrayal. It's got some war.
It's the history.
It hits every
market.
My gosh.
It's the perfect quintessential. That might be like the most perfect movie of all time.
It might be.
It genuinely hits all markets.
Oh my gosh. Like that's genuinely like, if somebody doesn't like The Sound of Music, and I'm not saying like if you haven't seen it, you still have time to redeem yourself. But genuinely, I think if you don't like The Sound of Music, I would say you don't have a taste in film. Because genuinely, like, it's just such a well-written, like, people be like, oh, I hate musicals. I understand that. I also hate most musicals that are poorly done. But here's the thing. I hate all movies that are poorly done.
Yeah.
And I will admit, if I watch a trashy movie, I will admit it's a trashy movie. But if somebody came up to me and they were like, oh, The Sound of Music isn't good because of this, 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 and this, you don't know anything. Yeah, you haven't learned a single thing in your entire life.
It's like ever the movie, like, fine, okay, you're entitled to your opinion. Sound of Music, absolutely not. It's the best movie of all time. That's it. No ifs, ands, buts, period.
And like, listen, even if you have your own favorite kind of genre movie, fine.
Yeah.
But if you try to tell me The Sound of Music is bad or heck not good, we have problems.
Canceled. Don't talk to us.
Canceled. Block my number.
No, it's so good. Like, it's not my style of movie at all. Like, I don't really like musicals. And I can appreciate that's like absolutely amazing.
Yeah, very rarely do I think a musical is well done. I like the Beauty and the Beast live remake, but that's
not.
But it's not like, it's nothing like The Sound of Music.
Wow, we have to do that tour.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be so epic. But that's on my list.
Oh yeah.
But
and I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm just too. I'm so giddy thinking about that.
I know
now.
that's like all my.
We're gonna start an Austria fund. That's the sound music.
Get us to the sound music tour.
Get us to the sound music tour.
I know. Hopefully soon. Because we have to wait till obviously all the restrictions are good, vaccinated and stuff, and then because they're probably not doing tours right now. Like whenever that gets kicking in.
Yeah.
But hopefully
what are the vaccination rates in Austria?
Well, they let us in. I mean,
where is Austria? Like I know it's
beside Germany.
Near the Swiss
It borders
Alps.
Germany.
What?
It borders Germany.
Yeah. I'm not stupid. I mean,
like, what do you mean where it is?
But
like
where? No, but like what's okay? So it's right. It's kind of under Germany.
Yeah.
So it's above Slovenia. Yeah. So that's what I thought. It's Germany and like Switzerland, and then it starts going into like the more Slavic countries.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I don't think like it's pretty much the end of the Swiss. What's it called?
I don't know what they're called.
Because it's like the Swiss. Scandinavians. Scandinavia.
Is it they're not Scandinavian. Not Austria. Scandinavians like Norway, Finland.
Yeah. Like kind of even Germany's kind of right.
I don't think so.
Scandinavia.
I think it's more Norway, Iceland, Finland, Denmark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
I was thinking of something else.
Sweden.
Nordic? No, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I know what you mean, but I don't know what it's called.
Thoughts. Oh yeah, it's right above Germany. So that's what I was thinking, like those.
Yeah.
But anyways,
that's on the list.
Geography lesson.
That's oh wow. I want to go there now. That's on my list now too.
Yeah.
But I've always been obsessed with Singapore for some reason.
I feel like Singapore is nice.
Japan,
I get good vibes.
I really want to, and I really want to South Korea now too. But then I'm also, so I'm really obsessed with overcast weather. And like raining.
And England.
So much so that like on TikTok, my FYP is very interesting. But there's a lot of just like rainy vibe TikToks, and it is just so calming and aesthetic to me. I love that type of weather so much, but like not rain and humid. It's raining like a little bit breezy, not too cold, not raining cold is awful, rain and humid is awful, but that in between is my favorite weather of all time. Like the overcast. So much so that I kept getting TikToks about it. And then that somehow led into TikToks of like I get a lot of travel, like, because I just love looking at other places. I don't necessarily like I never have the opportunity to travel, and I'm also kind of afraid of planes, so it all blends in together. But I'm really always obsessed. Like I buy travel books for fun and just look at the pictures of places, mainly cities, may I add, because I obsess with cities. Then I got
what else are you gonna look at?
Like the landscapes, the country. But I kept getting TikToks for I don't know. Is it pronounced Edinburgh, Scotland, or Edinburgh? I don't know how to pronounce it. Edinburgh. So I kept getting. I got one TikTok of a rainy day in Edinburgh, Scotland, like through their streets, and I was like,
oh, they have sheep.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And I like that.
I'll go there
and then I kept getting TikTok. I just always get Edinburgh TikToks. It's so random, but I just keep getting, but specifically Edinburgh in the rain. So we have to go there when it's raining.
Okay.
So that's my one. That's definitely high up on my list.
We'll book a flight, but make sure that the day that we book it for is raining when we arrive.
Or something. You know what else I really want to do?
What?
I mean, I don't know if you're still interested, but I remember thinking of it when we lived at Desperate Housewives, but doing the Universal Studios tour in LA, and they have like the set. You can drive through the set. I just think that'd be so cool.
I want to see it. Yeah. I'm down.
I remember that was
Let's
one thing
do
I
it.
thought of a long time ago.
Might as well.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be actually really cool. Like I feel like picking our favorite things to do and then doing it together, I think it makes sense. Yeah. What can I say?
Traveling together would be fun. Like we barely have gotten to do it, but every time it has, it's been fun. And I
have me and you ever, like, other than our grade 8 grad trip?
Montreal.
I was about to say, but I was like, we haven't, because like that was even like a hotel. We stayed in what's it called?
Like a proper, we've never really done.
Yeah.
Right?
And I'm not saying like, because I'm just thinking, I was like more like Wasaga when I went for like our grad trip or whatever, and like me and Nadia, like we stayed in a bed together and everything. Like we were there for like how long were we in Montreal for? No way.
It was a weekend. It was 3 days, I think. Friday, Saturday.
No. Oh, we got there Friday like night. Saturday. That's why. Okay, because I was gonna say, I was like, it felt like we were only there for one day. Mm-hmm. But I mean, like we haven't like spent like a long time together, versus like me and Nadia, we got there like Friday morning. We stayed there until like Sunday night.
Yeah.
I feel like we got to do that.
That's what I was saying. Like we can't really travel anywhere now, but I was like, this summer, me and Nadia, we should rent a hotel. And do that. Ham. Just like a little staycation. And maybe with, the bigger squad. if allowed, doing a little cottage or something, even though, you know, Victorian cottages is a very interesting sight to see, but, you know.
I would do things on this planet to embarrass myself just to see you start a campfire.
Oh my God, we have to go camping too.
Oh,
we should try to do this somewhere because we have plans to make a big camping video. Because me and camping,
it's not it.
Just
me and camping is kind of rough.
Yeah,
I can rough it out, but I'm not like having a great time. I'm not great at it.
That would be
you.
Oh my, that. But like, I'm willing to do it for camera, and then never again in my life ever. Don't ever ask me to go camping for fun after that. And that's on period. Literally,
it's gonna happen.
I can't even handle my backyard. Like literally,
what is there to? Sorry, quick question.
Bugs, mosquitoes, guys. I'm so allergic to mosquitoes. It's so bad. I don't know. Like I never used to react this bad until last year, and it's went from like 0 to 100. Like literally when we had my grad little party, we were outside for like 2 hours. I got one on my knee. I kid you not. I grew a second knee the next day. Like I had to take Benadryl and like. Side note, who makes cinnamon flavored medicine? But anyways.
Yeah.
I almost threw up. After doing that, but yeah, I just can't handle the outdoors. But
for me, mosquitoes love me. Mosquitoes love to drink my blood. I don't know if it's the blood type or something. Me and my dad always get bitten way more than anyone else. Mm-hmm. Literally, I have I have 7 on my upper thigh, on my upper left thigh. This is excluding the rest of my body. I have 2 on one toe, and then I also have just all of them around my ankle. Because that's where my socks are, and that's where they get me. So just above my ankle, I have like 1,000.
I think I would lose a leg if I had that many. Like literally, I don't get a lot.
But that's what I'm saying.
But mine
that's
count.
Why I'm shocked when you're like, oh, I got 1 mosquito bite, and I was like, I have 1 on each part of my body.
I get 1
plus, like minimum is 1.
But then the 1 turns into like 30.
That's good. That you only have that you no, but like it's you're not like you're getting 30 times 30.
30, yeah.
You're getting
it's so
just
bad.
1.
I don't know why. Tell me why I'm all of a sudden allergic to mosquitoes. Is it a different type?
I can't tell you why. Okay, so this is random, but I guess it's not really on the topic of like genetics. But do you know what I was thinking about the other day? So if you had a kid. Mm-hmm. Would you rather have them look exactly like you or nothing like you? Like 0 resemblance?
See, I think it's lose-lose. Like, I don't know if I want them to look exactly like me. Like, I'm not that I'm like, hating on myself, that I hate myself, but not that I'm like, yeah, I'm number 1. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'd want them to deal with, a big nose, a sticking out ears thing situation. But then if you're saying nothing like you, it's a big risk.
What else could they look like?
Very, very big.
And that's what because I was just thinking to myself also, I was like, you look at them and like, let's say they look exactly like you, but they're wearing an outfit that you could just never put together. And you're like, well, now I can't blame it on the fact that I couldn't pull these outfits off in my time because I just wasn't bold enough. And then just that, I was like, well, now they know what they look like when they're old. It might be rough.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, maybe nothing like me. But I feel like there's a special bond with having features similar to your parents. Mm-hmm. I look nothing like my dad, but I do have brown eyes like him. So I take pride in that. I also do have the darker hair. He has black hair. Now salt and pepper. Mm-hmm. But I get his humor. That's for sure.
Exactly.
That's for sure. But like I was just thinking about that because I was like, I don't look like my dad. I don't look like my mom. Mm-hmm. It's interesting, but I feel like I see resemblance between you for both parents.
Yeah.
Like you have the same features versus like I look at my dad and I'm like, are you my dad? I don't know. And even with my mom, I was like, we didn't have any similar features, so it's like, what's going on? But I was like, do I want a question? It's like, do you want to gamble with that? Like, could I guarantee them a look that I've got?
It doesn't matter.
Well, that's on the inside when they do look exactly like me.
It's what's on the inside that matters anyways.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a gamble. What if they don't turn out like me on the inside, just the outside? Yikes. So if they don't got a good personality, their looks won't carry them.
Yeah.
What can I say?
I don't know. That's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
Maybe, I guess that's why it usually is in between.
Oh, we should do one of those face morphing things where it looks like if we had a kid together.
Yeah. See what?
Who do you think would win? I keep forgetting they have green eyes.
Oh yeah, I do. That's the same.
Do you think they would be left-handed like me or right-handed like you?
Right-handed, sorry. It's usually, hypothetically speaking, by the probability, usually right-handed. But maybe they'll be special like you. Who knows? You think they'll have my big nose?
I'm trying to think of. Do you think they have my non-existent eyebrows?
You think they have my very existent eyebrows?
In certain lighting, my eyebrows disappear. In certain lighting.
Mine will never disappear even when you want them to.
You could pluck them.
Yeah, they'll grow right back in 3 days.
Well, hey, what can I say? Stay tuned if we have
in the future. Maybe.
You never say.
Never know.
To quote, that wasn't a word. And to quote Justin Bieber, never say never. Why did you have to sing it?
Never say never. Ooh.
What?
Should we do what? Sorry. Should we do Victory's interesting fashion item of the day?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Okay, this one's not as
Okay, can I guess?
Yeah.
As you're unpacking it?
Yeah. I'm gonna show the camera first.
Okay.
Before I put it on.
It's a pencil case. Oh. You already showed it to me.
I know, but we're gonna rate it. So guys, what I have here for all the audio listeners, it is a fanny pack, but not like the fanny packs you clip around your waist. It's the one that goes over your shoulder. It's a little bit of a square shape. It's by the Adidas brand. It's clear. And then the strap says, I'm gonna show the camera of the me on.
Okay, so now it goes into the question and answer period.
Yeah. So I'll give a little backstory, but basically, so I actually saw this with you many moons ago in a mall pre-COVID, and I was like, ooh, it kind of caught my eye, and I was like, do I want that? And you said no. And then I saw the price, and it was like $60 or whatever for like this, and I was like, okay, kind of fair. And also I was kind of, if you go back on our podcast, I 100% talked about how I hated fanny packs, that I never wear them in the past. I 100% did, and here we are now. But then I bought one when I bought a really cheap knockoff brand for like $6 when I needed to get extra shipping somewhere, and I put it on and I was like, ooh, this is actually kind of nice. I like the way it feels. It's a little convenient. It's different from a backpack because it doesn't hurt your back. Kind of sling it on your shoulder when you have less stuff. It's kind of cool. I like it. But like the one I bought was kind of embarrassing. It says like fashion something on it. So I was like, let me buy this Adidas one I saw many moons ago, and I found it on Depop, and I got it for like half the price. Okay, so that's the backstory of my Adidas fanny pack.
So first of all, not a fanny pack.
Well, yeah, it's a type of.
No,
they consider
that's a satchel.
Okay, it's considered, but this is like it's a style of fanny pack now.
Backpack goes over your shoulders and sits where? On your back. Fanny pack, it goes over your hips and sits on your fanny. Satchel, you can string it along one side.
Yeah, but satchel's usually bigger. This is the type of fanny pack.
Here's a question. No. I pose you one question.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a small backpack?
Yeah.
Is it still a backpack?
Yeah.
Thank you. So on what planet is this no longer a satchel?
If you wear it over your shoulder.
Yeah. So it's a satchel.
I don't know about that.
What is a satchel? What is this? Satchel bags became a means of carrying books. This ranges in size, but typically comes in mid to large size. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. It's a bag with a strap, traditionally used for carrying books. The strap is often worn so that it diagonally crosses the body with the bag hanging on the opposite hip rather than hanging directly down from the shoulder.
Okay, you're right. But I think it bleeds into fanny pack territory now. Like the cool kids are calling it fanny pack these days.
So I'm going to have to disagree.
Okay, fine. My satchel.
Thank you.
Ignoring the whatever it's called, fanny pack, satchel, whatever. Thoughts on it, general. And I'll give you my thoughts, and then we'll rate it. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze.
I think it's fine. Bless you.
Not the worst thing I've ever bought.
Sorry. Is this? I'm sorry. Who was rating at that moment? I forgot it was an us moment.
Me trying to
persuade me.
Yeah.
I actually think it's not bad. I don't like the transparent look because if I'm putting something, it is usually because I don't want it out and about.
That's also true.
So but however, you did bring up a good point saying that it is for concerts where like they force you to have a clear thing. So for that purpose, should you be going to a concert, I would say fine. However, anything other than a concert defeats the whole purpose of the bag. Unless you're someone who is planning on carrying things that look good in a bag, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But overall, I'd give it 7 out of 10. You docked one. I would have given it an 8 out of 10 because it does look nice. It's just because you kept referring to a fanny pack when it was so evidently not a fanny pack.
Like I call it that.
And you have yet to put on a fanny pack.
That's what the kids call it these days. So I'm just trying to be like the kids. Cool kids. Yeah, I think it's not the worst thing I've ever bought in my life. I do feel a little bit like a hype beast because like that's what those like try hard hype beast kids would wear. So I kind of feel like a little bit of a poser when I wear it because I'm not really a hype beast, or wouldn't call it my style. It can lean towards hype beast sometimes, but my general style, I don't think I would call it a hype beast. I wouldn't. It's not even a hype beast because I don't even have a lot of designer things. Hype beast is when you have like a lot of designer things. I was gonna say, what is? But it's more like streetwear, so it'll be like I do have like a lot of the cargo pants kind of vibe. You'd probably wear like a vest kind of thing with like chains, and then like put the fanny satchel.
Who's wearing a vest with chains?
Like, you know that one I have with, maybe I'll be next week, like the little chain that I have it on Instagram, like that kind of vibe.
What? How did I miss this?
Like that's very hype beast, I think. That's not very hype beast, but it's like on the path towards hype beast. But if everything was designer, then it would be hype beast, basically. Like Nike, I think that's Adidas, like all those kind of brands.
Hold up, let me pull.
It's like the one in the mirror, my foot.
Hold up! Let me, I'm accessing.
You caption all my photos.
With your foot?
Oh. Yeah. And there's like the chain thing there.
It's a jacket.
Whatever. But like, because the vest is too much for me. Maybe. Not in the future.
Stay tuned.
But yeah, that's the only thing I feel is like a little bit of hype piece. But I think for concerts, like that's another main reason I bought it. Because when we go to concerts again, you can only wear clear bags there. So. Yeah. There, and also just, I know, I like it.
You've definitely had worse.
I've had worse. It's not the
last
one,
week's
but last week's,
surprise.
Yeah. Last week's,
I can't believe I guessed it,
I know,
though.
that's so scary. That you
I rewatched it, and I was like, I can't.
I've never even spoken anything about that, or like ever made any inkling, or like I don't even know why you would think of that, but you did.
What can I say? I'm not like other girls.
Let me know what you rate my fanny, my satchel.
Thank you.
Down below.
Yeah.
But before we go,
because
we can't forget, because you forgot the story last time. You have a fun story.
Oh right.
We ended off with a bang.
Oh my gosh. So I got peed on by a turtle. Long story short, but
and thanks guys for watching.
I remember, kids. Yeah. But no, so as I said, I'm building docks or whatever. But then at one point, so I'm building docks, and I look to the road, and I think to myself, why is a man throwing something onto our lawn and running away? Like, genuinely. So my immediate thought was like, this man just dumped garbage on our lawn. But I was like, okay, why is he running away? Like, he could have also put it in the garbage can, though it was pretty close there. So I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So I go, and I was like, hey, me and my sister, I was like, come with me. Like, let's go check it out. For some reason, I thought he let out like a rat or something. And I was really scared. But I was like, I want to go check it out. Like, I just get weird vibes. And we go look, and it was a turtle. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. So I was like, let me throw it in the river. So I take it because it was near the road. So we like take it, walk it down. And at that point, there was a family. It was 2 grandparents and their grandkids. And they were waiting for the parents of the children to come pick them up. So I was like, oh, like these kids are bored. So I was like, oh, look, it's a turtle. And like I had gloves on or whatever because I know that they like carry diseases and stuff. So like you're not really supposed to touch them with bare skin. So I had gloves on at the time. And I like showed the kids and I was like, oh, like I didn't want them to touch it because, again, diseases. So I was just like, oh, look. And they're like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. And I was like, sweet, you know. And I was like, oh, I'm going to walk it down to the end of the river, like where it's more quiet because there's a bunch of boats in the front of like the main part of the river. I'll walk it to the back. And they're like, oh, sweet. Yeah, okay, let's follow. So then they're following me. And I'm walking with this turtle. And it's like moving. So I'm like literally like holding it. And then it's stepping forward. I have to like grab it here and there. It was pretty strong for a little. It was maybe like this big of a turtle. And then as I'm walking to the end of the river, my sister, and like 3 kids plus the grandparents are all watching me carry this turtle. And I turn and I see my brother Andrei, and I'm like, yo, Andrei, look, a turtle. And as I say that to him, I start feeling wet on my foot, and I look at the turtle. And I would refer to the rate of fluid flow as being a faucet was turned on. A hole opened, and Niagara Falls was coming right out, all over me. All over my shoes, my hands, my legs, and I was like, and all these kids, I was like, was this thing drowning inside? Like, is it okay? How is this storing this much fluid? I don't think I've ever peed that much out. But not just that, it literally was like, it wasn't a trickle. It was a full-on, like kind of like, imagine if you're holding a cup and you were to drill a hole at the bottom and you would just pour out steadily. That was what was happening. Wow. And I was like, so not only do turtles have diseases, but now this turtle has urinated on me. And then also in front of everyone, and I had to carry it down covered in pee to the end of the river awkwardly in front of other people. And and it peed on me twice because it like unlaunched once and I was like, whoa. And then it peed on me again and I was like, whoa. So that was a lot of fun. Trying to help a turtle out from getting run over to moving it to the river to getting peed on.
She texted me this and I'm like, it sounds so fake, but also like I know it happened.
Yeah.
Like if anyone happened to it, it's you.
Yeah, you know.
Surprised it wasn't me. Actually, I'm not surprised because I wouldn't pick up a turtle. Yeah. Like you would go that far.
Yeah, so and I wanted to. I was trying to help it. I was trying to go with the good vibes. You know how like animals are supposed to be nice to you if you have good vibes. Well,
maybe he's comfortable. He peed on you. Maybe he was clearly holding it in. So he finally
it's like, bro, it's not good for your bladder health if you're holding it in that much.
Turtles could be.
Yeah, and he just like like it's like he opened something in him and just let it all out.
Damn. Well,
what a great story to end on.
Honestly. What a fun time that has been.
Every time you end it, it's literally like kind of as though like you're trying to make new friends at a function, and then like you're kind of like you have to leave, but you don't want to leave things too awkward, but you want to say you had a fun time. That's kind of one of the vibes I'm getting. Yeah.
Well, I've had a fun time here. I hope you guys did too.
Remember to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Comment down below.
Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Leave us a review. Help us get in more charts across more countries. But yeah, thanks for watching. And remember, kids,
don't do too much.